Hey, it's Akhtar Khan from Reaching Excellence. In this video, I want to share with you the difference between good habits and bad habits of successful people, so stay tuned. Okay, so in this video, I want to give you the difference between some good habits and the bad habits of successful people. Now, why do you want to get yourself into good habits? Okay, well, here's a simple reason. Good habits will help you to get results that are going to stick, okay? They're going to help you to succeed in your business, whether it's property, you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, whatever. Good habits are going to help you to get results, okay? Bad habits or poor habits are going to derail you. So it's really important that we replace bad habits with good habits. So let's talk about what habit is, okay? So what is a habit? A habit is an idea or pattern of behavior that we've done through repetition that's in our subconscious mind that we do almost on autopilot. So the first thing we need to do is understand that some of these habits that we got, they're just deeply unconscious. They're just deeply programmed in our subconscious mind. So let me give you some examples of kind of things that we do that are habits that we're just not even aware of, okay? So let's just give you an example, right? If you go into the shower in the morning, do you get your soap or shower gel or whatever you use, do you pick it up with your left hand or your right hand? Just think about that for a second, okay? You're probably not thinking about it. You probably just get in the shower, you grab your shower gel or whatever you use, and you start giving yourself a wash, okay? Just think about it for a moment, okay? Think about when you put your shoes on. Do you put your left shoe on or your right shoe on first, okay? I know with me, just thinking about this, I put my left shoe on first. Why do I do that? I've got no idea. It's just been something that was deeply programmed on me. Maybe when I was a kid, my mum put my left shoe on first, then the right shoe, and that just becomes, through repetition, a habit, okay? And think about when you put your trousers on. Do you put your left leg in or your right leg in first, okay? These are examples of habits. These are things that we do unconsciously on a day-to-day basis without even thinking about them because we've done them via repetition again and again and again and again. So we've got all kinds of habits in all kinds of scenarios, okay? And what I want to do is in this video, I want to talk to you about the kind of good habits and the bad habits that we have as entrepreneurs and how we need to replace them and what kind of things and what kind of areas that we can focus on, okay? So look, guys, give you some examples there of the things that we do just on a daily basis that you probably don't even think about before you've even started your day. Getting showered, putting your shoes on, putting your trousers on. Those are the kind of daily habits that we've got, okay? But we've also got habits that we'll do when it comes to our business, when it comes to like doing the work that we do. So let's just talk about some of those things, okay? Now, look, one of the habits that I teach my students to do, and this is something I've had to do myself, is getting to good sleep habits, okay? Why is that? If you're trying to build a business, you're trying to, build your empire, you're trying to make your dent in the universe, okay? You need to be mentally sharp, and there is no substitute for sleep, okay? So good habits of entrepreneurs will be getting to sleep at a decent time, having good sleep hygiene. What does that mean? It means things like going to bed at a reasonable time, like 10 o'clock, perhaps switching off your phones and electronic devices a couple of hours beforehand so that you're not distracted, you haven't got the glare from the white light kind of tricking your body into staying awake because it replicates the sun, and you've got that good practice where you keep your phones out of your bedroom, no TVs in there. You really give yourself a couple of hours to wind down so that you can get into a deep, comfortable, restorative sleep, okay? There's kind of studies and stuff that have shown that the more sleep that you get, the better you're able to process things through the day. And then when you wake up the next day, you feel good, you're mentally clear, and you've got the energy that you need to be able to go and focus and do the task you need to do. There's that saying, getting out the wrong side of bed. Well, what does that mean? It means you didn't sleep properly, you're grumpy, you're in a bad mood. If you haven't had the right amount of sleep, it will affect your emotions, and your emotions are going to drive your behavior. If you get at your desk at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever time you start, and you don't feel good, you're not going to have the energy or the motivation to go and do the things that you need to do. So sleep is one area that we need to really focus and put some good sleep hygiene in place, because that's going to help us to be super productive as entrepreneurs. So successful entrepreneurs have all got good sleep hygiene habits. People who don't succeed tend to stay up late, stay up late at night, watching movies, doing whatever. Then the next day they're tired, they crave bad foods, then they need caffeine to keep them awake. Then they have caffeine, crashes and sugar crashes. All that stuff is a mess. It's not going to help you be in peak performance, okay? This leads me on to the next habit, okay, is energy management and your diet. So when it comes to eating foods, there are some foods that will clog you up and give you food comas and sap your energy. It takes a lot of energy to digest food. Now, I'm a carnivore. I love steak, like going out for a steak meal and that kind of stuff, but it puts me into a food coma afterwards. So is it the best thing to eat middle of the day? Absolutely not. So I would, I see one of the things that I do personally is I would eat light foods, or I'll eat kind of plant-based foods or foods that are very easy to digest during the day, like breakfast and then lunch. That allows me to have the most amount of energy during the day. And there are lots of entrepreneurs that kind of adopt this philosophy of eating light, eating minimal, eating vegan, just very healthy stuff during the day. And then maybe have a bigger meal and go into a food coma in the evening so you can wind down, okay? The kind of thing you don't want to be doing is eating just heavy foods, crap foods, foods that will have a negative response on your body, because what will happen is those things are going to sap your energy. But if your body then goes into a kind of fight or flight response because it doesn't like what you've put in it, you're not going to be able to operate at peak performance. Just like an athlete would look after their body, as an entrepreneur, you need to do the same thing, okay? Coming back to the sleep, I remember having a personal trainer once who was a pro bodybuilder, and she said something to me that was really quite profound. She said most of her performance and most of her work's actually sleeping and resting after she's done her intense training. So we need to have sleep. We also need to have the right kind of food so we can have energy. So you've got to ask yourself, if you're doing something or eating something, is it going to raise your energy or is it going to lower your energy? Because it doesn't matter. You can have the best goals in the world, the best business plan in the world. If you do not have the energy to do the work you need to do to put things into practice, you're not going to get stuff done, okay? So it's really important that you've got the right kind of energy in the diet and the habits to make that kind of stuff happen, right? If you kind of crave chocolate or sugars and that kind of stuff, and then you have a sugar crash afterwards, you're not going to be able to perform well. So these are good habits that we need to get into. And again, it's just by replacing those bad habits that stop us from slow us down and just replacing them with new ones. And you have to make a conscious effort to do this and teach yourself through repetition, and the reward is going to be the result you get at the end of the day. So that's the payoff of doing it. So you might initially lose the pleasure of eating your chocolate bar or whatever it is you eat, but then you don't have the sugar crash, but then you see that you've actually been able to produce more work and get more results, and that's going to make you feel good. It's going to give you the dopamine hit that you want. Next habit, okay, time management, okay? Successful entrepreneurs guard their time. They value their time and they guard it. I guard my time, okay? One of the things that I do is from 5 a.m. till midday, that is the time that I am most productive. I guard that time. That's where I do my high value tasks, all the things that require the most amount of brain power, because science and research shows that we are in our most creative, most productive for those first 4 hours of the day. Yeah, that's where we are our most powerful. So it's important that you manage that and you block that time out and you kind of make sure that you're focused and you don't have any distractions, yeah? Which kind of leads me to the next habit, which is focus, okay? So successful entrepreneurs have focus. They will make sure that they don't have any distractions. They won't have their phones on. They won't have text messaging. They won't have social media stuff on their laptop when they're doing their best work, because all that stuff is going to pull them out of what they're doing. Is going to make them go down a dark hole, a black hole, so to speak, and they've lost time when they're at their most productive, okay? They don't answer text messages. They don't answer emails. They guide that time and they have absolute serious focus, okay? So there's just 4 habits I want to give you that if you start putting into place and doing these consciously and consistently over time, they become a new habit. You just need to train yourself into these new habits and untrain yourself from doing the old habits, okay? Now, I hope you found this video useful. Please put in the comments below some of the bad habits you've got and some of the good habits you might have replaced them with, or just your experiences of putting new habits into place. Now, some of this stuff isn't always easy. Whenever we get stressed, whenever we get tired, whenever there's any kind of emotional pain, we might go back to some of our old default patterns. That doesn't matter. Just catch yourself and get yourself back on track. And I can guarantee you, if you start putting in the new kind of habits that you need to focus on your business, to get you the results you want, it won't take you long before they become a part of your everyday habit, your everyday routine, and you'll love doing it because you'll see the results. You'll make quantum leaps in your business, you'll make quantum leaps in your progress. And the other thing is you're going to feel so much better. Getting good sleep, having the right kind of diet, you're going to feel happier, you're going to feel better, you're going to feel positive. It's going to allow you to do the work you need to do. It's going to allow you to level up and reach excellence in your business. All right, guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll share with you some more content in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.